events because nobody was here for them. I ran, no higher ups were here for them. And then I ran, other than Mr. Garcia, and then I ran the Meet the Factions by myself with getting everybody set up.
I'm not gonna lie, the way this morning, I give it to you for that one because we barely had too much people. So I was looking around, I was like, damn, we don't have too much of nobody. So for you to have to do that by yourself, kudos to you, bro.
But
Yeah, I
yeah,
got I got a dose of what it felt like to be a higher up yesterday, running around like that.
yeah, you see what I go through and how. Did you read over your SOP that I sent you?
I didn't even get a chance to get over to it because I had so much going on yesterday.
So you have to read that because you have to watch one body cam and post either a check mark or an X. If it's an X that or something like that, then you need to make sure that you send it to the Major Generals chat along with the proper stuff that you think that needs like what they're missing. Like let's say they didn't have a no taser macro, then you would send it there and you would explain the reasoning of what you would be doing behind that. You know what I'm saying? And then same thing with the mug shots. Make sure that people are posting the mug shots properly. You have to do up to 5 a day.
And the
All
videos are
right,
what, one a week or one a day?
one a day.
All right. Well, I didn't get to it yesterday because by the time I got off, I was tired. I didn't even. I don't think Gildo's going to count that against me because it was my first day. So
No, 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 no. I'm clarifying that because the fact is if you're not following that SOP, then you could lose your suit. Not on the first day or like the first week because you're still getting acclimated to the position, but just a heads up that you have to be start doing those things.
yeah, I told Cruz yesterday. I said I got to go watch the body cams. I got to do. I was like, I think it's five mug shots I have to look at a day. I told him that, but then I had other stuff I had to deal with. Cause like Mr. Demon.
Yeah, guess so. Guess what? That's the way an MG's life is. Unfortunately, you're dealing. You see how many questions were asked by me and how my head was being split 7 billion different ways. You get what I'm saying? So, and I still was able to watch a body cam a day and stuff like that.
How long of the body cam? Like how long y'all have to watch it? The whole
The whole.
20.
The whole body cam.
So damn, if they upload, cause I'm somebody. Once I'm on my body cam on the whole time I'm on the game, that could be like 3 hours, sometimes 3 hours long.
No, so technically, how this goes, right? They're only supposed to upload when they make an arrest. On there, they're not supposed to upload the whole entire body cam. You're only supposed to upload from the beginning of the of what happened while you're arresting them to the end of where you jail them.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, Mr. Demon, incorrect partial right. What you mean?
Meaning that it's not just arrest. So like it's also citations. The only thing he added on is now you have to post every arrest. Okay, but if you didn't make an arrest for that day, then you have to post some type of body cam for that day, like a shooting, or if you were training officers doing an FTO, then yeah, that would be part of it. Or a citation. Let's say you gave somebody a ticket instead of that. That also has to be posted.
So he went and did what ex chief wouldn't do, allowing anybody cam in there.
Yeah, it's every arrest now. Every arrest has to have body cam posted to that form.
Shit, I'm up here talking like I got the microphone. I said, oh no, I know about that part, but I'm talking about you said it's anybody cam. So when we was talking about with ex chief trying to get it implemented with like if it's FTOs or anything like that, he did that part too.
No, so Chief didn't. That was already said before Gildo, but it's along the lines as if you don't make an arrest for that day, you have to post at least one body cam, whether it's a patrol mission or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're making 7 arrests, you have to post all of those 7 arrests.
Yeah, I don't even have time to go out there and get no rest. I didn't have time before. I mean, I did get um, one yesterday, I think it was, but I didn't get a chance to upload it. I will upload it today. Um, but because I had to deal, I had Dr. Reaper messaging me because you had Gabriel, Dr. Reaper, and them was coming in here to make a complaint, and then I had to get Gildo back online at midnight to um, release them because they came in here to make a complaint and Gabriel jailed them, and we're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to take their complaint. And then I had Mr. Demon running around here arresting people and jailing them for no reason. And I got complaints from not one person, but multiple people. And
So
I caught
so the Mr. Demon part, why is that not brought up to me? Because I need to send that body cam footage higher than me to my higher ups because that's a PD rule. That's a reprimand.
I've already sent it. Miss Britt has it. You wasn't on yesterday, and I know you had to do a test, so I didn't bother you at all. I know that she was out doing a driving test yesterday, so I didn't really bother you. Miss Britt and Gildo was on, so whatever I had gotten yesterday, I was sending it to Gildo and Miss Britt specifically. So Miss Britt has that stuff. I can forward that stuff to you now if you want me to.
No, if Miss Britt has it, that's fine. But did you do what was I gonna say to you? All right, so um, you guys are head of RP and your OIC. That's what I was gonna ask if you had an OIC. Um, Part of my SOP is I have to oversee all the units. So I have to make sure that all the units are, properly running smoothly and so on and so forth. So, is there any questions, comments, or concerns, or anything that you guys need to bring up to me that you need me for? Or,
So
Yes,
there's real
um,
quick, wait a minute, Chris, real quick. Let me say this. There's two OICs in place because Cruz works during the week, and his longest days are Mondays and Fridays. And Gildo gave me the okay to do that. He gave me the okay to allow Cruz to be the OIC one because of his work schedule, and put the OIC two in place because of that. The OIC two is Mommy Love, and he gave her the okay to leave dispatch to become OIC two.
okay. The only thing that I can say about that is remember what we had that problem with the power hungry type of situation. I just don't want to see Cruz stressed out about people being power hungry and trying to take control over his OIC.
I don't think she's gonna be like that. Um, she is having the interactions that I've had with her. I trust her 100%, um, because of the stuff that I had to go through with that stalker person that I had to deal with. Um, so, like, she's been there through the thick of that with me. Um, Me and Cruz both have spoken to her together, and he agreed to her himself. If he has any problems with her, all he's got to do is let me know, and I'll just remove it.
All right, so Mr. Cruz, you said you wanted to say something.
Yeah. Is it possible all right, I understand that we can allow the instructors to do some RP training throughout the times that they log on, but then I feel like we still should have at least a set schedule for RP Academy, like for those that really can't make it more in the mornings. At least we have like a set schedule. Like, okay, yeah, you could do it freely because somebody's around, but our normal RP days are times is say 7 o'clock p.m. or nowhere where it interfere with hiring, but like at a good time where these things are getting done. Because I feel like right now it's like a little bit all over the place where everybody trying to get trying to do their RP training and stuff like that.
So what I could do is if you could write that out, send that in a Discord message for me. I can send it up to my higher ups and see what they say about it. I'm not positive because that's passed down by chief on how he will go about that, but I will bring it up to the higher management about that idea. I think that idea is kind of a good deal.
I appreciate it, but I definitely get onto the Discord and send that message over.
I do know one thing. Gildo told me prior to me becoming MG when he was making changes to Academy, and I was just the straight overseer of RP Academy when you became LGG. He told me if I had any ideas and he felt like they would work, he would implement them. He did ask me, well, Britt, he was sitting there listening to the interview when Miss Britt was doing it. They asked me what ideas I had for RP Academy to help make it better. And some of them, and I've always told Cruz, um, if he had any ideas, just bring them to me and I would take them to him and or you. Um, However, with the things that being changed and we're not having no chief, I really couldn't do nothing at the time um, because changes couldn't be made because we didn't have no chief. Um, that was the biggest issue. Some of the things that I do think that would make RP Academy better. One of the biggest things I want to do, because I know this has been a constant thing with me when I took over as OIC and Thor was MG, they constantly talk about getting burnt out. One of the biggest things that I think that would make a big difference is doing a mental health wellness day for our instructors. And I said that to them so that like if there's something wrong with them, we can like try to. I don't know how to go about it yet. I haven't really entirely figured it out, but that's where Cruz is going to come in at trying to help me figure out all of that um, because he can use his expertise with that, his IRL expertise, so that we can make sure that our instructors are not getting burnt out. Another thing that I'm going to do, and I think it's a good thing, is and I haven't gotten to it yet, I'm going to make a pamphlet of like, or not a pamphlet, like a form of the do's and don'ts for RP Academy and how to correctly instruct them. Um, Although it's posted in the RP Academy chat, it's only pinned there. I would like for them to have a specific form that they can revert to versus having to scroll all the way up inside the RP Academy chat to find it.
So one of the things is that I can say is we still got to follow the old chief's way of doing that because that's the quickest way that we found that. I mean, you could rewrite it, but I think that's properly written. You know what I'm saying? Maybe shorten it up a little bit, but um, when it comes to that, the ideas, just make sure that you're going through the proper chain of command. Um, Gildo's the last person, but I mean, if Gildo sat there and said, himself that, to do that, then go ahead with Gildo. But I think what Cruz has set up for an idea will work. You know what I'm saying? So, like 12 o'clock, hiring events, 4 o'clock and 7 p.m. every single, 4 o'clock and 5 p.m. Sorry, 12 o'clock and 5 p.m. every day. Um, you know, Getting that set up to a point where you could do like maybe twice a week, uh, you know, for the academy and actually have an actual academy. But another thing I have to say about that situation is that RP chat has to get dismantled due to admin. Admin it considers that an extra Discord server, so we have to dismantle that.
Yeah, that's why I was saying to make a I wasn't talking about um making any changes to the SOP the old way to old chief. I was talking about just making a strictly form with that same SOP, same old way as old chief, so that they have something to revert to in the form. That's what I was talking about. Um, so they have that, and then it can be dismantled from there.
Yeah,
So
so the
I hear
art, not to cut you off, Cruz, but the who makes the forms is admin. So that would be an admin thing that would have to discuss it through. So that would have to be brought up to Gildo to make an extra form for just the RP unit. Um, I don't have a problem with that, but
Yeah, I was gonna get on that today. Cruz has to go because he's at work IRL. So
yeah, I'm listening to y'all, but I'm at work right now.
yeah, that's fine. If you have to go, you don't have to be here. Does Cruz know his OIC like rules and regulations?
I've been talking to him about that. I was gonna finish up with that today with him when he gets a chance. He didn't get a chance yesterday because he's in two divisions. Um, he's in Sid as well as over here. And he had some things he had to teach somebody last night. So we didn't, he kind of like left me hanging because he got tired. And that's why I punched him like he did, like I did earlier. Because he left me hanging. Me hanging.
I didn't leave you hanging.
You're lying. Anywho, I don't, Thor probably ain't never called on you. And I'm just going to let the cat out of the bag to Thor. Because he going to catch on eventually. Thor,
What's up?
I keep it professional, but that's my boo thing in here, right?
Who Cruz?
Yes.
It doesn't matter to me. As long as you guys keep it professional, you know what I'm saying? While you're on game.
Yeah, we go outside of PD and do what we do.
But a long story short, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret that I got told by Miss Yaz. Miss Yaz is pushing for me, and I guess some of the higher ups are pushing for me to be a CG already.
Yeah, I mean, like, this was crazy. Like when I became MG yesterday, and it's weird. Miss Britt did the interview, and it was hilarious. I did not see this shit coming. Her and Gildo both tased the shit out me until I was dead. Miss Britt got my ass real good and told me, "I'm sorry to inform you, but your stink ass failed." And the red foot, I was kind of like flabbergasted when she said that, but then in a way, I knew she was playing when she said stink ass. And then she was like, "I'm kidding, I'm kidding. You know the rules. You know what you're doing. We see the consistency." Um, she said, "We've worked with you before. You know how to do what you're supposed to do." She said, "However, although me and Gil don't know how you are, I would just ask you to tone it down a little bit because a lot of people don't understand and they think you're being disrespectful." And I said, "I can do that for you." And then immediately after that, I get a message from Yaz telling me, Congratulations, well deserved on being MG. And this is coming from somebody who's on vacation. I was like, oh my God, really? Like all my work, and you kept telling me that the work I've been doing and RP Academy was not never going unrecognized. They seen everything I was doing, and that speaks for itself. And I knew it, but I didn't fully recognize.
I told you. You just got to be patient sometimes.
Exactly.
You know, they saved the best for last. That's exactly what they did because I think I was the last one that became MG.
That's what I'm saying. You just got to be patient. You know how long I was an MG for before I became an LTG? You know how long I was a scarfed for before I became an MG?
Yeah, because I'm about to be hitting that level soon. I'm gonna be sitting on the weight gain, but I don't mind it. I have patience.
When I was a scarfed, it took me, I think it was like 3 to 6 months before I became an MG, and then it took me another 2 months after I became an MG over RP Academy here on the new server to be uh, an actual, and that was besides the fact of me dropping down from my position because I had IRL stuff going on. So I was an MG originally. They had to drop down to a scarfed. Went back to MG at 51226. Then waited 2.5 months to become an LTG. I didn't even ask for the position. I just finally put it in, and they're like, "Well, finally you put it in." I said, "Well, I don't just ask for rank ups. I think they're deserved."
That's really true for real, for real. That's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to follow those steps for real. Learn the whole books on how everything work, operate.
Well, for me personally, when I came back the second time, I was put up on the Reaper and Thor both. I was stuck the Reaper's hip like glue, not knowing the whole time I was going to be put in the OIC position and then get stuck having to oversee, and it wasn't very long, oversee. And I knew that I could do it. And at the same time, I knew if I had any questions on what to do, I could go to Thor. But that was the true test and the colors and stripes of what makes a tiger, basically. Oh, shut up! Shut up! Did y'all just hear my cat when I said the stripes on a tiger? Did you hear him in the background?
Yeah, I did. Good question. You got a copy of the OIC standard? If you do, can you send it to me? I know you're
So
gonna teach me, but
let me tell you something, Cruz. As an OIC, so think about it. Where you work? Are you a business in a business?
I'm a behavior therapist.
Okay. So you have a like a CEO of the company, right?
Yeah.
Or are you just like an entrepreneur, like behavioral therapist?
Nah, I'm an entrepreneur behavior therapist.
Okay, so think about it this way: you're the CEO, manager, so on and so forth. But think about it this way: so as a CEO, that's the MG. MG is the CEO of the business. So basically, the unit is overseen by the CEO. So the CEO handles like just like straight paperwork and like making sure everything's running smoothly. Any questions, comments, or concerns, or new training ideas, or ideas has to run through them, so on and so forth. As an OIC, you're the manager of the department, so you basically see over every all the officers, making sure the officers that are in the unit are following SOPs, rules and regulations. Any comments or concerns or questions are going through your MG, and your MG will handle anything that you can't handle. That's per se what an MG is, other than, I mean, not MG, OIC is. Other than that, you're also handling some of the paperwork and so on and so forth for the RP Academy. You're also setting up trainings throughout the week. Kind of get it?
Yes, sir. So, one question. So that means I'm only in charge of the new hire officers?
No, you're in charge of everybody over your unit.
Copy.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Copy.
Excluding me, you're not in charge of me. I'm in charge of the rest of y'all.
So, supervisor. So, basically, think about it this: you're a supervisor. So, as the CEO passes it down to the business manager, the business manager oversees the whole entire department itself, and also make sure you're in a supervisory position, basically.
Copy. Copy.
So, like, when before you became OIC2 for me, right? When Thor became LTG, I was technically your supervisor. I was the only supervisor, and everybody had to report to me, right? And I had to go report to Thor. So instead of using a business, we'll use property manager of a house. It's a little bit better of an example. So instead of the landlord coming to the house and collecting the rent, it would be the property manager. So you're like kind of like the property manager, and I'm kind of like the landlord.
Gotcha.
All right. Anything else you guys need?
No, no.
I just messaged Godo to told him I need to get with him to talk to him about making the form so that we can go ahead and I can start to dismantle the thing. When you come back on cruise, find me so we can sit down and I can explain to you um, how to send over everything to Yaz when it comes to FTAs and all that. RP meetings will remain on Thursdays. However, we may have to work around Cruise's schedule on that. We'll have to discuss that.
What time is the normal times? Thursday.
It's technically after the last RP hiring. It will be at 5, 6 p.m. somewhere around there.
So what about Thor? What about 7?
Yeah, that's fine. The only reason I said not 6 p.m. because Heat's having theirs at 6 p.m. and I'm sitting in on Heat's meeting, so I could see what's going on with Heat. So I could also see what's going on with RP. So that's why I said not 6 p.m.
So let's do 7. Y'all might need an hour and a half, maybe.
So we can do that. You gotta post in, and I'll show you how to do that as well. Um, when it comes time. What's Wednesday, so tomorrow. So yeah, you'll have to post it today so that they're aware a day ahead. Um, Later on tonight when you get off work, we'll talk about that. How to do that in the faction chat. As well as I'll teach you how to send over everything to Yaz. I'll just add you in
I'm about to take a peek.
that me and her already have for that part. Um, we'll get it together. I know it's a
What?
lot of information that you're about to intake.
It's bad, but
I'm
not
gonna.
bad
I know
enough.
Mommy Love had to drive her. It's either
Not bad
her mother
enough
or
to
her
you
aunt to
could
Georgia
finish.
yesterday, so she may be on a little bit later on today. Because she did convey that with me yesterday. That's why she had to get off. And I know she said she had to you right in front of me that she had some things to do, but she told me on Discord what she was really doing. So
That's okay,
All right.
because I was able to cover it today.
One more thing before I leave, guys.
Yes, sir.
Is that FTU is falling behind. I can see it myself. They're falling behind on their FTOs. So if you can help out with the FTOs when needed. I know that Officer Chops is trying his best on getting a new hiring crew. Setting up a hiring date for finding officers that want to train. But right now, from what I see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 people that need FTOs.
all right, what I'll do is I'll go through the list. I know I have some RP Academy instructors on right now. Because I'm trying to coordinate with Chops and Hondo, because me, Chops, and Hondo all had a conversation. They both want to work with RP Academy. Um, so I'm doing a multitude of different things when it comes to FTOs, FTUs, as
Yeah,
well
that
as
that was that's my issue. That's why I was saying with the whole timestamps. Like because we don't do it after we do hiring, a lot of people is slacking with getting them done. And but I'm not mad at them because I understand that it's all about the everybody's schedule is different. So if we could have a set schedule that could put things in place.
oh no, we about to knock this out real quick. Watch this.
Because I
So,
definitely was looking at that
so
earlier.
right now, there's Adrian Charles that is ready for his FTO. He's at 150 XP, which is pretty much almost there. If he stays online for like another hour or two, he'll have that XP. So that's one of them.
We have two of our RP Academy instructors on right now. Watch this.
This feels so weird.
No, y'all not in trouble. But y'all do need to do something. I'm gonna give you your orders as soon as your other instructor comes.
Yep.
Santy, he's acting crazy because he's OIC over FTO, and I told him he still needs to remind himself, regardless of him being OIC over FTO, he's still a part of RP Academy, and he's
All
still
right,
under.
hold your mic for a second. So, Mr. Ramirez is one of them right now, and Adrian Charles. They're both online. They need their FTOs
All
done.
right, so Santy and South, here's your orders. One of you need to go find Adrian Charles and Mr. Ramirez. Their FTOs need to get completed now.
Yeah. Mr. Adrian here did his writing test, so he has to wait. I mean, he has to talk to Miss Britt about that, the writing test.
He failed his writing test.
Yes.
Yep.
Go find Mr. Ramirez.
All right.
There's like 13 of them. Look on the members list. There's 13 of them. Find somebody who's online. Find another one to complete. We need to start knocking them out again.
Yeah, just until Officer Chops gets back on his feet. Um, there's 12 that need to get done and their people are still climbing ladders that are probably gonna get to that next point in the next couple days. So we need to make sure that we get these 12 done. Um, if you could post that Adrian Charles fails and that he has a set amount of time or he has to speak to somebody before he does that for the FTOs, just remember that you guys have to do the paperwork behind it too.
I'm gonna get Mr. Ramirez right now. Hold on for y'all.
If you guys see Diego Pesos, he already complete his writing test. He passed his writing test. He only needs his RP. He just needs his FTO filled.
Correct.
So he need if that's the case, you guys need to post what they passed and what they failed. They can't if they fail one or they passed one or they just need one. You gotta let it. You gotta put that in the RP. I mean, not the RP, the FTO chat, so we understand that he's got X, Y, and Z done. All he needs is this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So remember how I said communication is key within RP Academy, and by Insanity, your OIC2 of FTO. So you should know this. Um, and I'm gonna bring it up the chops. Communication is gonna be key. Although you're OIC2, you're still under the command of RP Academy because that's the unit that you're with. Um, Communication is key. We are helping them with their FTOs to complete them, and I need y'all to at least attempt. And I'm being nice when I say this. Attempt to at least knock 4 of them out a day because there's way too many there. We did great at first, 7 in one day. Like that's absolutely astonishing. We need to at least try to get 4 of those out of the way a day. Yes, they may have to take a written test, but that written test is to determine whether they're ready to take their FTO test. And that's because there's way too many trolls that come in here. That's why that was put in place. You have all these trolls that come in here that do not want to do work, that just want to goof off, and we don't have time for that. But Mr. Ramirez is coming in here. I have 100% confidence that he will pass that written test. So one of y'all can go ahead and send it over to him to take it. Mr. Ramirez, one of them is going to send over a written test for you for your FTO that you have to take that is now implemented for your vest. Once you have finished that, screenshot your results, send it back to them, whoever sends it to you. And if you passed, you will go on to the next phase. I know you know what you're doing, but this is something new, and this is to weed out the trolls, okay?
You got it.
I mean, I'll be texting everybody that don't want to answer, so I gotta find